Straight out to my exclusive guests, Shannon Dominguez and Alan Mason. Thank you so much for joining us to share your story. I'm going to start with you, Shannon. The police report says this mother in her car drove over your leg. Tell us about how badly injured you are now and how it's changed your life.
I still can't put any weight on my left leg. There's a rod in my leg on my tibia, but not on my tibia. So there's no support on my tibia. So I can't walk or use a walker. I'm wheelchair bound when I'm at home and when we go places.
Now, Shannon, I'm going to ask you to speak up a little bit. I always say, pretend I'm hard of hearing. And I've had an earpiece in my ear so long that I probably am a little hard of hearing. Tell me what happened. You're outside this dollar store. And again, speak up if you could, Shannon, real clear. What happened?
Well, I was sitting in the car waiting for Alan to come out of the dollar store. And she had already gone into the store, and I realized that her son was in the car by himself in the front seat. Had no seatbelt or anything on. And so I immediately called 911 and gave her make and model of car, the color of her car, and her license plate number. And as I was talking to them, she came out and she heard me talking to the police on the phone, and she knew exactly what was happening. And that's the point where she had said she was going to kick my butt in nice ways, to sing it. And my boyfriend Alan got out of the car. He had already come back out, so he got out of the car and stood in between us and said, "Nobody's going to touch anybody. There's not going to be any violence." And then she hauled off and hit him hard in the face and left him well. Jumped in her car, threw it in reverse, and rubbed the burning tires, threw it in drive, and came straight. She came into, we were still standing in parking spaces, and she came through those parking spaces and hit me, and I went under her car. And then she hit Alan, and he went up over the car.
As for running you guys over, she claims Alan jumped on the hood of her car and that you were banging on the hood and that she simply, quote, let her foot off the brake to allow her car to move out of the way and past you, and claims she didn't accelerate until she was past you. Again, we've left messages with her public defender, haven't heard back. But I want to get your reaction to what she said about the incident. Go ahead.
I can't believe it, because not only is Alan is the ultimate gentleman. He would never lay a hand on any woman. And I know for a fact, because I was standing there, that he didn't lay a hand on her. And that she did slap him. And we were in her car. We were in the back of her car. And I never laid a hand. I have tender hands. I never pounded on her hood. So I never called her those names. She called me those names, and she called me an old hag.